in particular say NCC for na kai no e ade esi a ese oman going to the chieftaincy issue chieftaincy ade a most at times and then the political violence associated violence esi ukoboko sisi ameno kase ya e ade a wantwi kese wo boko na mefa akonye so na mabo ye interior minister ye security team ni abaso ye national security minister mabo ho modern enti no dia meka ni se yen timamfo ne yen Ghana fo ne yen kroma no kro na ye dia Ghana se sisi a mini baabi a mefa enim unim baabi a befa kro no eye yan ye dia enti wo se ye make sure say ye bebo kro ne ho ban because eniama wabobɔ so ni yi se esisisi a na se ekro ne bese ya titu omom ho be ebe kye omo ye emma ne nkola wo hwe research aba NCC for na nkasa no hwe omo research omo so we omo di aba emma ne nkola na titu omo ho be kye omo tini dia meka ne se violence enya ade a wo se yesoso violence enya ade a wo se as timamufo as Ghana ma and wo se ye ma violence kwan kra wo ye democratic dispensation ube free say democracy I enjoy ube better na baby aka say nye democracy say sa but democracy nya kra we cannot substitute democracy for war and not for violence because the violence sisi eni madu me no tie yentimi metena ha ye tie ye beto say to bomb to in fact e be say ye mine education ye sectors of the economy bibia be back to zero.
So you know the one who
say can say violence there I was say your boy homebody now o ka chieftaincy issue o be kai the course so the na course wo northern region na numbers ne o chieftaincy issue the president Akufo-Addo bae no wa born homebody and make sure say so long standing chieftaincy dispute and one north no or the abawie this is a mark of obia ye be hu say oye unifier oye obia because sa northern region issue say yensi ano a anke ne anke enim say na esi escalate akoduru enti no ayade a wose ye bo president Akufo-Addo ene na aban abaso say otimi solve sa northern region dispute no because one dispute na it into our democracy gradually
but say NCC fu anka say no na ya solve no na yensa yankofo
no you rightly mentioned say enim you rightly mentioned say
the enenama esuso jankakra no mo kan wa say
you rightly mentioned say chieftaincy dispute and tribalism
me board chieftaincy no o kan boko man kan hwe but the yewie de eno no ho asem de akwa
enti na me kan si asem so say sanka yensi ano a anka ne anka dia ya betre yi ngin di say anka bia a escalate ama akwako do before
beda se obre na so eja me mo adwo
uzo anim
boko de
oh nyamini mo mpae bo ye hu ye
okay
president mama ne NDC for mpae bo ne hwa mo hwe so ne mpae papa Ghana for ne NDC for dodo ebo mpae magana nti ye hu ye anim
ye yo man baako nipa baako adwenkyere de obi abekere na de the National Commission on Civic Education de abani mpanifo bu be se okoto so obi abodju se sia na ododi anu nsuom se na be yankofo ha family ebi se no wase nsu asiu de obadodo na ase no wadodi anu nsuom National Commission on Civic Education kodi dwuma bi ewo John Bosco ewo Navorongo omake kansem kakra bi asie na eche omo kire se oman no yenhwe ye ho yie sanse yenuanom amo atifido no ebia nefi country we oso hwe Burkina Mali Niger omo toto aso obi nim kakra na we akoka obeka we kakra na we abeka we nti yenhwe ni na nyoma kitikiti bi anso ye fie ha no e fo se edo ha beba no yenhwe enso ano sansem we so mu se
anim na edikan isi minya kwaya ehwe NCC report ne
okay
anamoto amoto apa is region in some amokan but you see sometimes this is a very big platform and I am happy say the young man was go in different angle, you try to bring him on point. But I realize that it is typical Agama Lizard style. Let's go and see this and bring the president in. And we are talking about issues. Oh, no, please. And that is a typical Agama Lizard style. So let me move on. Me say, this is a serious platform. So, this is not a platform for, you know, tracing a serious matter. It's about causes. What you say? Ocean Sea within your continent now, it is unprecedented. Between 6-12 months, coup d'etats are ACC within the West African continent. It's a threat to our national security.
West Africa sub-region.
The sub-region. Yeah. Very dangerous, and it's a threat. It's a serious national security matter. And so these are issues we are looking at the causes. And how are a threat to national security? It's not about those kind of things. Completely irrelevant. Say about you know, coup d'etats, ACC, you know, the sub-region. Now, how is it a threat to your nation? And the causes of these coup d'etats now, I think it is clear. Sure. And then I say, look, for Chris Dugan and some of us, the likes of me, I think we'll say it clear. And you have say someone people have been gag or cow. And we'll say it today. I will say it today. If from here I won't go, I'll say it today. The causes of coup d'etats within the sub-region. When people want to hide behind the constitution or a democratic dispensation to dictate for the citizens, and never with the MCC.
But what kind no ma
me yin natural and nyabuto me say me yin natural say me say NCC for come asam no me ka me yin na say ma kan
so because I want to
that kind
I see a dwell on the NCC.
So relax. If I don't I can't just go straight. I'm a communicator. I have to build a point.
But
I am not anyam una me no kaso me ni Ghana for do amutie omohwe na kasa.
But oba is one more topic in the topic.
Don't worry about that. Me say we are talking about coup d'etats and the causes. How is it a threat to us? And you know, and I'm when people hide behind democracy to display arrogance and dictatorship, a bini there. Sure. Say, you can say democracy. So we are a democratic president. You have to always make sure that the will of people must prevail. You respect the will of people.
But
unemployment.
CDD 4 way no. The will of people say obi esho obi so na bi wo mu.
Then they the will of people.
Say the nipa na omo.
I am saying that you don't expect that whatever they say direct, I will say it. I'm building a point and I'll come there. I'm talking about unemployment, the will of people. If you come in, I'll just give you time. Look, let me put points clear. Look, what is democracy? Democracy is a yemma coin. Emma nkofo nko tusu. Nipa amu pese wodi omoso. What running the affairs of the state? Is that not it? But you see, when you are given opportunity to lead the people and you don't respect their will, you want to dictate for them a revolution coup d'etat ever. Unemployment equals so high at the coup d'etat ever. And it's a mabunu sorry anatema mu for so no mo hu nchire omo no mo hu ni omo ye, and then they become very vulnerable. Any individual you know inside to say, look, I want you say what say they will do it. And let me tell you, when we talk about a coup d'etat, revolution and all those things, it is not about a uniform person. No uniform man can make a coup and succeed without the support of the masses. It is a NCC here. I think where your interest is, that I should hit on. They are talking about unemployment. They are talking about say nipa etina ahunchire and the leadership. You can leadership. Look, Mami can't some throw. So obi to meet na my mo.
I me pa to me ba me kwa homa so na me ne obi enye wasem na wo kan wasem de ba so ba me kwa homa so na me ne sane adip atwe nkomo kakra.
How many minutes na makasa have you time?
Me na me control.
No, I want to
me ba me se me kwa homa so. Ana say
respect for
them na ba no oni me wasem na ba.
No, there be any
me se me kwa homa so na me ne obi
no problem.
No,
you are the
no, you are
Mr. Speaker. So what you say? I
am Mr. Speaker. Maka cho say me kwa homa so na ma ba.
Okay,
me ka say me twa wa no.
Okay,
Mate. Me kwa homa so na ba me na me kita
no problem, my brother.
Program for so we bufu bia.
No, I am not. I'm very
cool.
Okay, so you go on.
Rasani ade put me nka me adwo eba UTV so adwumre.
Ye nia.
Mbacho bia bokọ de.
Ye da yakopon asi. Ah me ba to me tie voice bi ti say Chris Duhan. Chris no.
Yeah, this is Chris Dugan.
So I say we just can see we dog me cry.
Oh, I see. You of all people.
Oh, ba so afa bia mo.
Anyway.
Me ba cho me sare pray de ye breniti ye no cassette na ye nsan mra studio biom. National Commission on Civic Education kodi edwuma bi e oboga Navorongo. No mo chese bibiti se unemployment jihadists desperation, tribalism, chieftaincy, agitation. Eye nneoma bi a sub-region the akokɔ so Niger, Mali, Burkina, any other countries na asomdwe ni hɔ no. Saa nneoma yi ene kɔfefa bae. Nti yɛnhwɛ yɛn ho so yie. Sɛ Ghana ha yɛhwɛ yɛ kurom ha. Saa nneema abobɔ so yi. Wo yɛ security analyst. Saa nneema abobɔ so yi. The wempa na yɛ threat ɔsɛ yɛhwɛ ni yie a Sabe, yam fenni agro and coffee hobby in family.
You would say, the every time I'm in my background, brief background, most of courses of coup West Africa no be a country specific. Okay, for example, Mali or more serious issues with Tuareg, any other Bedouin Arab tribes are almost Republic of Azawad. So and make it almost system very volatile. We call Burkina Faso or more serious ethnic issues for Honolulu. But that notwithstanding, Sir NCC or Mutuano, there were cross-cutting socio-economic, geopolitical deficits. But major one are youth unemployment. And there was direct correlation between youth unemployment any fiscal security. And they are make same way. Usually, people don't really pay attention to it. Meaning, youth unemployment and not poses the biggest existential threat to your Bible sem in Ghana than even terrorism. Okay, there were serious human insecurities in Ghana are very, very similar to Burkina Faso, very similar to Mali, very similar to Guinea. Okay, for example, Burkina Faso say at the point now normal prices cost through, especially food staples, to say rice, any bro, okay, and Usha Ghana with the rising nature of your petrol, fuel assembly, and reflecting in a rising cost of living, and also a direct bearing on everything over talk whether a journey, whether a atadia over BBI affecting now. So when is creating discontentment, and then assembly so hope, and I think say your politicians or more pay attention and now or more lose touch. Uko Kroma, drop for any taxes. Be sending Nipa Bibri, and then they'll also, and you hear the kind of things they tell you. Media, a before send was system, especially because of a homosexual. Okay, so there's so much anger. Okay, and when you now to make create explosive charge, and with that least trigger, it to make also problem. For example, Sudan, Omar al-Bashir, no, you're a long time strong leader. Just because of the rise in price of bread, pound, that is what resulted in that revolution. No, So it just takes a spark, just a little spark to cause, havoc. So in the past, who be me whether Ghana, who bet me see what Ghana in the past, my country said they be. And to me, because of active civil society participation, because of multi-party democracy, because the fact that there are yet elections and opposition government and incumbents hand over to opposition any idea. But I will tell you right in the face, it's very, very possible for a coup to happen in Ghana. Anything I say, me won't say it happen that. But there is no room for complacency.
Mr. Adep.
Yeah,
Brennan T. say the NCC can what to be. And then one mobile boss no. And I'm on two bena into Rebecca said security for the womb. But we share unemployment near the end so woman and it chieftains in so it be a quack say and no and shadan yet window as we doing security for the but we say unemployment near this and no there be no mining ye so no my who say we a threat to your security no there be no mining ye.
Well, I think you're dealing with the issue of unemployment. Unemployment means their own to me establishing absolute employment, even Western countries are own to me. But you're creating an environment where you're promoting the growth of the private sector and but in the past, we shared the way you're dealing with unemployment issues in Ghana. It's mostly government interventions to say NAPO, to say GIDA, youth employment, which usually encourage but it creates an enabling environment for the private sector to thrive. I mean, sure say employ a lot more of the youth. When you are on the hill of the fact that according to facts, I mean, about 90% of businesses almost survive before 1 year, and it's really a major cause of worry. Secondly, governance is extremely key. Address the issues of corruption, politics of duplicity, clientelism. Yes, I think you bet me to address a lot of that human insecurities pushing, especially morality, into uncertainty. I mean, to say, lack of good roads, or moving to transporting, or move farm produce to market centers, and sure say a very creative, much better national cohesion.
Where the Kakrabi almost the tight was internet here, but social media so do baby Obisha de Biasia. Social media pushing and also inflame the quantum. And no quan banner a be to 19 Nigeria for do be on Twitter for any assembly Twitter near Juma. A horn so ne can yedin, and I can be why between a canon.
Well, for the first time in the history of Ghana, 2016, now you're developing under GM, National Cyber Security Strategy. And the government will review with our documents, And for the first time in the history of Ghana, so you were National Cyber Security Advisor to government. Okay, so when address both present and past governments or more committee or more to dealing with cyberspace. As a matter of fact, cyberspace there double-edged sword. You bet me are using it for papa, you bet me are using it for money. So I think that this institutional capacity able to addressing the issue of cyber criminality and also uncapable because it people they use it for all sorts of criminality and it's just a matter of time. Or maybe using to stoke public disenchantment able to cause our problem. So in as much as promoting freedom of speech and expression and idea, but I think control, policing and cyberspace to a large extent. So in the public for to cause us anyhow.
Mr. Adep, you bring to bed as a brace when you better and what you can so or Sani Adep na or no so or de na drenche e de ebaye no. Mr.
Odini Dukan and answer. I'm Chris. Just simply Chris.
Chris. I can't 4 minutes in Vinafi, young father.
Well, really, you see, you may understand why I was asking after, but don't worry. I was just on unemployment.
Me too.
Abra interview in to, interview my younger brother Adip, and thank him for recognizing my voice. Now, me Jinasu say unemployment, and you see another factor.
Okay.
It is how could it say ever. When you have a leadership, and then I start to say your democratic leadership, that will hide behind the democratic tenets to be dictating and lying to citizens. A discernement when you know ever. So for any edumaye, and you don't address those issues with any holistic approach. But some person will address unemployment issues with a political expediency and propaganda. And the coup d'etat and anything I say could be anywhere a best succeed without the support of the masses. Share your workroom. Then someone comes to tell people that look, say they are beating me pressure Akufo-Addo unwarrantedly. Say president will tell people lie to the youth, the teeming unemployed youth say mama we juma. Nipa ne tumi koye juma aburo sika ye juma 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Wonye pi. Demonstrations are ekoso. Not only Ghana, other democratic countries. Just because of office or musika kabemo aben person obetu omoka. Demonstrations koso ekoso na want man control. It leads to a revolution. It leads to a coup d'etat. Imposing unfriendly levies on people. When them say levy we krampo ayeye no. Etimi the coup d'etat eba. Say would the levy ba, would the policy be ba. Ghana, example.
Ghana, I introduce two taxes.
I'm giving an example. When you are introducing a levy or a policy, and the citizens say the policy is unfriendly, it is bringing another untold hardship. It will be a burden on us, and you try to impose it on them. And the coup d'etat, I am telling you that. So with the unfriendly policy, be it NDC, MPP. Na nkofo so omumpa omo amukasa obeti no eyekakrabi omo the silence ones are many, so if you want to use those kind of tactics to bulldoze your way, hide behind democratic tenet to dictator and the coup d'etat say it arrogance, opulence lifestyle of leadership and the coup d'etat if you sit in a country like Ghana and yakache say yenisika. I've heard the finance minister. Now they have moved from creating jobs to. We are talking about coup d'etat here. Why it is a threat to national security. When you have a leadership that is not, consistent, a leadership that always shift goalposts, and lack of trust, so citizens, and losing trust in the leadership, and the coup d'etat. If you have a leader, you will tell you that.
But Mr. Chris, Michelle said no. I'm saying what kind of unemployment?
Yeah.
But topic I'm common on my areas will be. But I say area back up now. Can I say area and kind of say do where how mine now? Because you need viewers no nitrogen.
Yeah.
What start area back on what now?
Which the
time on so near the
no problem.
Your chieftaincy. I had it for Moken. Be a Ghana for but to me free or my full be a issue internet. No mabe share Ghana youth nibi kutupa. You see, apart from chieftaincy, jihadists now Okano. It all boils down to unemployment. When the youth is unemployed, when you have a teeming youth that is unemployed, they are being influenced by these, groups. The Al-Qaeda, jihadists, and Khomeini. They will tell you, we will do this. People are law. They law people with this kind of jobs, with this kind of money, quick money. When people are seriously employed, with all due respect to you, baby, I would tear. Baby, I would do it. No amount of money, nobody can influence you. I respect that credibility. Debbie, please, when you are well employed, and you penny is
and meeting Nipa Nibiya and Nibri, and you come. Could the task I cause you now and for look, they know people you come. We are saying that. What look, people say that. Let me give you a typical example. In our country here, 79, it happened. The 79 revolution was a call. The masses were demanding. They only needed somebody to ignite it, throw a mantis. And anything I'm interested, when you have a leadership, when you have a leadership,
second question,
boy, relax. I want to relax it.
Maybe second question, address it. Mr. Chris, your brain and the area. There may be some say the working in unemployment one heading. Your mind. Said the old can say 79 one year day. Me say Kabimam Kebi asumdwe timu. Omu say enye no nyini penya no maniji no manyina ho. But asumdwe ye chen say we betem to achen nua so. Den no mine nye.
And
the NCC can o mine de be ne yenya e be avoid this anoma we nyina or the social media crowd to say and also a part of idea a bit o mine nye den.
Yeah, and thank you very much with this responsible question. On mine there was a and said social media ebam there be amimika NCA they must put policies to regulate it.
Okay.
You regulate your social media.
Okay.
If you are able to regulate it well, in some wunini sabi and fatano, I think we know how people will pay themselves. Apart from that, there was so many and they say it all boils down to the leadership. The leadership from the president and his appointees and the last person, they should live a moderate life. Yeah, but tina akatira Ghana for say yahunchiri a. Yeah, may Ghana for sure muna say and pay hunchiri empa. You don't go and sit in a plane and bath and come and tell Ghanaians that there is no money. So we are president. Me but chieftaincy we don't do respect anymore. I beg you. So we your man penny. Don't worry. We your man penny. Now we sorry ah. Who this basa edware play more. Look, Omampanya what me Yakache, look, we are in hard times. Accountability is very important. You have a president who took quite you travel, who took quite to say to Kufwa, Yechi Atrentry, see-saw, Amanoni, and Nambasa as Wakoba, it says Kufwa, Muko, no Muba. Abraham Muakunta, no accountability.
In himself,
it was say, oh, man, the leadership must come down, they must live a life. A moderate life. Womubo bra, ebema to my phone say, "Empa, yahunchire." And extravagant plans, no.
Very quickly.
No, you don't dictate the pace.
Former President Mahama Kasim said Ghana for Yaya if you boy be about Ghana web.
You don't dictate that. And those are old things. We are talking about the threat.
I think that you hold the same opinion as Ghana for Yaya.
No, you are talking. You have the highest to come and talk about unemployment.
Listen,
no, he's talking as if these are some of the serial callers.
He's very disciplined. Who's a serial caller? You are very disciplined. So
he's in the studio.
Jano, he's an indisciplined guy. He's very indisciplined.
No, but let you know.
No. He is very disciplined. Let's go on. Edimado in 2014, according to the time, all the Osman trains I am a transfer. In 2014, don't tell me I'm a small boy. In 2014, the unemployment rate was 6.52%. In 2013, it was 6.29%. In 2012, 5.9%. Tama Ghana for air kasa masa keep quiet. Chris. That is why Tama Ghana for air kasa ye peduma ye. Chris Dugan na aban e de yakọ IMF ma e de freeze e beto public sector so ne emfa aban adwuma teacher 40 fee nurse 40 fee. Eno wan be kasa enu be kwose ku. Tama unemployed graduate be bisa President Mahama say omo adwuma no. November 18, 2016 o catch omo so onye magician. Onyi sraha, onye magic obema Ghana for youth na adwuma. That was what the former president came to tell us. Oh boy, yaba. Now you are sitting here talking, say, the extravagant lifestyle of people course school. Currently on a deputy majority chief whip, no a sports minister. Okay, I say yes, man. In 2013, please, you don't tell me what to say. Yes, man. In 2013, say Uncle Dib Jumabino or reaching 60 million Ghana cedis under their government. Under their government. And so these people clearly know when it comes to certain things that you don't have the moral right. Under your presidency, President Mahama, etam Ghana bauxite ni ama ni nu Ibrahim ama you dey in the bauxite
that is a palpable lie. Retract it.
Please stop this. Establish the fact.
Retract
Money no dey na me establish the fact. Please let me stop this. If you allow me to land, let me land. Excuse me. Let me land. Manuel, under the presidency of John Dramani Mahama in 2016, why not the president?
No, president.
Good. Yeah, in a bauxite concession, and my engineers and planners. Engineers and planners, who is their CEO? Isn't it Ibrahim Mahama?
Na senti no because we dey no be one me patrol.
Currently, just yesterday, the national women's organizer also be training for 2020 election. Vigilantes. You are sitting here, you have not condemned it. You are talking about the fact that unemployment.
Help the platform.
Your people be saying so much and also much grass. Na nkranti aba, umutwitwa grass. This is a serious platform. Kumase kwaso na nkranti aba. And you have the nerves and the effrontery to come and talk about unemployment. Keduma ba ko pa mu kreti e
Keduma ba ko megidi se wo a wo hwe no de amanyofo suban na omoye ne mahu bi say asumdwe hu nsem ne be kan but omo de akwakoya amanyose we sisi but the mesro ne say the NCC e kan ye no wo fia na wadwen ho say asumdwe ne basabasa de we na wo pe anybody ne meda Chris Dugan ase na meda Kwasibo Junior so ase say omo ba dwumadi so meda me nua ba obi ya ase say ono so eboae na ere kasebo ne mida crew ni nyina ase nyame ya adona adom bidum ya kina the dispatch media e wo bia no ye de bebre wo nyame enka mo na onhwe